Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes of the Cleveland Browns, because this offseason has been anything but dull. The Browns, as you all know, have been making some strategic moves, and one of the biggest talking points right now is the crowded quarterback room. It's a situation that's got fans and analysts alike watching very closely, especially with the team's recent signing of Tyler Huntley. That's right, Huntley, who's now listed as the fifth quarterback on the 90-man roster, is adding some serious depth to Cleveland's quarterback situation. But what does that mean for the team's future? Well, it's not just about numbers. It's about the potential shakeups that could reshape the entire division. The Browns have already made it clear that Joe Flacco is their starting quarterback, at least for now, having been named the starter on the team's first, unofficial depth chart. Flacco, at 40 years old, might be considered a veteran, but he still brings a wealth of experience and leadership to the table. However, as any Browns fan knows, experience isn't always enough to carry a team deep into the playoffs, especially in today's NFL where the competition is fierce and the margin for error is razor-thin. The team's front office is clearly weighing their options, and the addition of Huntley signals that Cleveland isn't just content with the status quo. They're looking for competition, and perhaps a potential upgrade if the opportunity presents itself. But what about the other quarterbacks on the roster? Well, Cleveland invested draft picks in Dillon Gabriel, selecting him in the third round with the 94th overall pick, and in Shedeur Sanders, who they picked in the fifth round at 144th overall. Both players are young, talented, and with a lot to prove. Gabriel, coming out of Oklahoma, impressed many with his arm talent and mobility, while Sanders, the son of legendary Deion Sanders, has been turning heads with his arm strength and football IQ. The Browns are clearly trying to build a future at the position, but the question is, how quickly can these rookies adapt and prove they're ready for NFL starting duties? Now, here's where things get interesting. Given the investment the Browns have made in their rookies, it could be early for Cleveland to part ways with either Gabriel or Sanders. Why? Because both have the potential to develop into starting quarterbacks, and the team might want to see how they perform in live game situations during the preseason. That said, the team's current depth chart and the ongoing competition could put Kenny Pickett, the former first-round pick, in a bit of a tricky spot. Pickett, who's been battling a hamstring injury since July 26, hasn't been able to fully practice and isn't expected to play in the upcoming preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers. That's a significant setback for him, as game reps are crucial for young quarterbacks trying to earn their spot. And yet, the situation with Pickett might open the door for someone like Huntley to make a real push for a higher position on the depth chart. Huntley, who's shown flashes of talent during his time with the Baltimore Ravens, could use this opportunity to impress the Browns' coaching staff and maybe even usurp Pickett's spot altogether. If Huntley performs well, especially in the preseason, it could put Pickett's future in Cleveland into question. After all, if the Browns decide that Huntley gives them a better chance to win now, they might consider trading Pickett, especially if they see potential in another younger quarterback. This brings us to the intriguing rumors swirling around the Vikings and Pickett's possible future. You see, with Minnesota struggling at quarterback, Sam Howell, who is expected to be a reliable backup, has been benched from second-team reps due to ongoing struggles. There's been speculation that the Vikings might look to shake things up. Andrew Bullerus of Minnesota Sports Fan.com even mentioned Kenny Pickett as a potential trade target for Minnesota. The idea is that the Vikings, who seem to be in a bit of quarterback limbo, could offer a late day 3 pick, maybe a 5th or 6th rounder, to Cleveland in exchange for Pickett. Now, why would Minnesota want Pickett? Well, despite his limited experience, 24 starts before being traded to the Eagles last year, He's still only 27 years old and possesses a mix of experience and untapped potential. The Vikings are probably hoping to find someone like Pickett who can develop behind a seasoned starter and maybe turn into a reliable starter down the line. Think about it. They tried to fix Sam Darnold, and look how that turned out, eventually turning him into a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. Pickett, with a fresh start, could be that kind of project for Minnesota, especially if they see a bit of a diamond in the rough. But let's be real here, Cleveland's quarterback situation is a bit of a puzzle right now. Flacco might be the starter, but the team's long-term success depends on what happens with the rookies and Huntley. If Gabriel or Sanders can step up and show they're ready to take the reins, Cleveland could have a clear path forward. If not, they might be looking at a top 5 pick in next year's draft, which could be a blessing in disguise, given the highly touted 2026 quarterback class. So the Browns are in a bit of a window. They can try to squeeze out the most from Flacco now, or they can develop their rookies and see what they've got for the future. Now, let's not forget about the defense. Cleveland's defense has been one of the league's most formidable units in recent years. With players like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward leading the charge, Cleveland's defense creates a foundation that any quarterback would love to work behind. That's why the pressure on the quarterback position is so intense. If the offense can't keep pace, even the best defense in the league might not be enough to carry the Browns deep into the postseason. And that's why the team's management is so invested in finding the right guy, whether it's Flacco, Huntley, Gabriel, Sanders, or perhaps a future rookie. Looking ahead, the preseason will be crucial. We will see how these quarterbacks perform in game situations, how they handle the pressure, and who really stands out as the clear-cut future of Cleveland's offense. The coaching staff will be watching every throw, every decision, trying to assess who can lead this team to the promised land. And as Browns fans, we have every right to be excited and a little anxious. Because this season, more than ever, the quarterback position feels like it could make or break Cleveland's chances. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Cleveland's core is solid, especially on defense, but the quarterback position has been a bit of a roller coaster over the past few years. From Baker Mayfield's struggles to the brief stint with Deshaun Watson, the team has been searching for consistency under center. This offseason, the Browns seem to be taking a pragmatic approach, building a roster that can compete now but also planning for the future. The addition of Huntley, the development of Gabriel and Sanders, and the potential trade of Pickett all highlight a team trying to strike that delicate balance. And that balance is crucial because the AFC North is no longer a division where Cleveland can just coast. The Ravens have been aggressive in their roster moves, the Bengals remain a powerhouse with Joe Burrow leading their charge, and the Steelers are always tough, especially with their defensive schemes and the quarterback play of Kenny Pickett, who, despite his injury, has shown flashes of promise. Cleveland needs to keep pace, and that means getting their quarterback situation right sooner rather than later. If they can find stability at that position, they could not only challenge for a playoff spot but maybe even make a serious run in the postseason. And finally, Browns fans, what do you think about all this? Are you excited about the competition at quarterback? Do you believe Flacco can still lead the team to the playoffs? Or are you hoping Gabriel or Sanders can step up and become the franchise quarterback of the future? Or maybe, like many rumors suggest, you're open to the idea of trading Pickett for the right draft pick to bring in someone new. Whatever your thoughts, I want to hear from you in the comments below. This season is shaping up to be one of the most interesting in recent memory, and your voice matters. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and news about the Cleveland Browns, so stay tuned and keep supporting the team that we all love. Because at the end of the day, being a Browns fan means being passionate, hopeful, and ready for whatever surprises the season has in store. Thanks for sticking with me, and remember, Cleveland football is more than just a game, it's a family. Let's keep the faith, keep the fight, and let's see how this story unfolds. Stay safe, stay loud, and as always, go Browns.